What is up, YouTube? It's your boy The Walk 71, replaced Day with a 4, and I am here with my WWE Survivor Series 2017 review for you guys. And this show was really interesting, and when it came to the main event, I was left really confused. But I'll get to that when we get to the actual match itself, the Raw vs. Smackdown Survivor Series match. The whole theme of this pay-per-view has been Raw vs. Smackdown, and the funny part, they had like a counter. It was like it would keep a point every time somebody from Raw or SmackDown would win a match, and it went all the way to 3-3, and then the Survivor Series match was the deciding factor, and Raw ended up winning. But it's weird. It was really weird. Like let me see, how can I explain that? I'll just wait till we get to it. So let's start off with the pre-show matches really quick. We had Elias versus Matt Hardy. Really wasn't paying attention. I heard Elias Sampson's music play after the match, so Elias Sampson won. Then we had Enzo Amore versus Kalisto for the Cruiserweight Championship. Once again, was not paying attention, and I believe it was Enzo Amore retained the Cruiserweight title. Then we had KO, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus Breezango. Wasn't paying attention again. There was a promo before the match, and it was cool, I guess. And then the match happened. KO and Sami Zayn won, of course. When I mean KO, I mean Kevin Owens. So then we opened up with the match that I thought was going to steal the show. I thought this match was going to really, really be good, because it's the New Day and the Shield. They took each other on in the first match of the night, and the match was underwhelming and sort of kind of under-delivered, in my opinion. A lot of people are saying it was a great opener. It really was missing something. It was missing like I don't know, I guess it was missing like a big spot, or it was missing something. It was something that was missing to make this match go great. And this is a terrible match for the New Day, because this is the New Day who just came off having incredible tag team matches, almost match of the year candidates with the Usos not too long ago, like a month ago, with all the matches they were having. Then the Shield just came back together and haven't really done anything. But yeah, this match really I thought was going to be a good match. I thought, maybe it can top Shield versus the Wyatt family, but no, it was not good at all. If I can talk about a few things, I guess New Day dominated most of this match up until like the Shield got their little comeback and did whatever. But nah, man, the New Day was like destroying Dean Ambrose the whole entire time. And then we got little spots like Big E, doing the spear through the middle rope. You got Roman Reigns going for Superman punch, the spear. You had Dean Ambrose do suicide dives, and there was actually one clean spot where Xavier Woods had Big E on his shoulders. Kofi Kingston climbed to the top rope. He jumped off of Big E onto, I believe it was Dean or Roman, one of the two, and then he launched Big E on top of him. That was clean. Then there was also a double Midnight Hour where Big E had both Seth and Dean on his shoulders, and then Kofi and Xavier jumped off. Boom, DDT hit the Midnight Hour. Roman Reigns came out of nowhere because they took him out. They threw him in the stairs, speared Big E into them, breaking up the pin. Then from there, it was just Shield took out both Big E and Xavier Woods. Dean and Seth hit their finishers on them. Then they went for a triple power bomb off of the middle rope. 1, 2, 3. The Shield won. The match was meh. It wasn't. It was not everything I expected. I expected, more out of this match. It really didn't get me into the pay-per-view, because like I thought it would. But whatever. So next match we ended up getting was a women's Survivor Series match. We had Team Smackdown, which consisted of the team captain Becky Lynch, Carmella, Tamina, Naomi, and Natalya, who just lost her women's title on SmackDown earlier this week. She took on, well, not she. They took on Team Raw, which consisted of Alicia Fox, Sasha Banks, Nia Jax, Asuka, and Bayley. So far, Raw's up 1 point because the Shield beat the New Day. Then we had this match. And this match was, it was a match. I'll tell you that. A lot of, I don't know, like, I don't really know what to describe. It was a lot of confusing. I was confused a little bit, I guess. I don't know, like, they don't know what to do with Nia. Let me say that. Like, Nia Jax got eliminated by a countout again, because this is the exact same thing that happened to her last year when they did this. She got eliminated by a countout. Alicia Fox, I don't know, she botched the Slayomi submission because she decided to put both her shoulders down, so the referee counts to 3. I don't think she was supposed to do that, but she got eliminated anyway. And then, let me see what else happened. Becky Lynch got eliminated first by Bayley from a roll-up. That surprised me. I mean, that should just show how much priority WWE has in Becky Lynch, I see. She just got rolled up by was it Bayley so quick and easy. I was like very, very, very confused. Oh, let's see what else happened. Tamina with the super kick. She and Nia went at it. They both headbutt each other at the same time, knocking each other out. And then the spot that got her eliminated was that she went to the outside. Tamina went there, super kicked her. Then Naomi hit like a dive off of the from the out to the outside, and I eliminated Naomi. Not Naomi. What's her name? I forgot her name that quick. Nia Jax. She got eliminated. Let me see how Bayley was eliminated, because I know she was. How was Bayley eliminated? I think she got hit with. Oh, she got super kicked by Carmella, who got eliminated by I think it was Asuka. I'm not sure. So then the final two left Asuka becoming the sole survivor, and the other two on the team was Tamina and Natalya. You kind of knew who was winning in this match. Tamina got eliminated. Then Asuka made Natalya tap out, and Asuka's the sole survivor, leaving Raw 2-1 in this situation. And the next match we end up having was Baron Corbin, the United States champion, representing SmackDown Live, taking on The Miz, who is the IC champion representing Raw. This match, it's alright. It's whatever. I mean, it was kind of boring. It kind of dragged a little bit. I guess in this match, both of them were heels. Because that was kind of my big gripe with this pay-per-view, is that before they had made like the changes in who the champions were, most of these champion matches were just heel versus heel, which doesn't make any sense. So I guess in this, The Miz was the face, to be honest, because Baron Corbin was trash talking The Miz. Then he started trash talking Maurice, who was actually in the crowd tonight. And then I guess he was doing this for a wife, so now The Miz almost seemed like he was the face. The match happened. Nothing really remarkable happened, I guess. Baron Corbin won with the end of days, and now he has gained 1 point for SmackDown. I can't really talk about it. It was just a match that happened. They just had to get it out the way, I guess. But the next match we ended up getting was a very good match. We had The Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus, the Raw Tag Team Champions, taking on the Usos for the SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. This match was everything that the New Day Shield match wasn't. Intense. It had amazing spots. It had domination. It had hard hits. It had everything you want and need in a good tag team match. Let's talk about Cesaro with the clean uppercuts, the Usos with the clean super kicks, Sheamus with the bro kicks and the power slams, and Sheamus and Cesaro almost being the dominant heels in this, because the Usos are technically heels, but in this match they were faces, and they performed pretty well. Sheamus and Cesaro performed well. They both performed amazing in this match. It was great. I really enjoyed this match. Let's see, we had the Usos. Not majority of it, before a segment of it, they were getting kind of demolished a little bit. You know, Sheamus and Cesaro was doing it. It was at one point where I thought maybe Sheamus and Cesaro might win this match, and then Raw is like 3-1, but no. So let me talk about what happened. Let's see. We had a point where they tried to repeat the moment that happened last year with the Tag Team Survivor Series match. We had the Usos and Sheamus and Cesaro. They were the final two teams for the SmackDown versus Raw Tag Team Survivor Series match last year. So they try to repeat the spot where Sheamus bro kicks, I'm going to assume Jimmy Uso. And Cesaro had Jey Uso, I guess, in the sharpshooter. And he was actually sitting on his back. And it was interesting because I thought maybe he was going to tap out. And then eventually he got to the ropes. Let's see, what else happened? Oh, this clean spot. So it looked like Sheamus and Cesaro was setting up for their finisher. So then, let's see. Was it Cesaro had, I'm going to assume it was Jey Uso in a powerbomb position. Jey Uso decides to grab Sheamus, put him on his shoulders, and when he got slammed off of it into a powerbomb, he ends up hitting, while getting slammed, hits a Samoan drop on Sheamus while getting slammed. That was clean. There was another move Sheamus Cesaro did where Sheamus has one of the Usos in the white noise, and then Cesaro jumps off of the springboards off of the ropes into like a corkscrew uppercut slam. It was clean. That was nice. I really enjoyed this. Then we had the ending of the match where it was just a super kick frenzy, or as the commentator said, super kick party. The Young Bucks won't be happy about that. So then it was super kick, super kick, super kick, super kick, all on everybody. On Cesaro, he like sacrificed himself. He pushed Sheamus out the way, caught the super kick. Then Sheamus tried to go for a bro kick. He caught a super kick. Then he got another super kick. Then he got another super kick. And then I believe, I'm going to say Jimmy or Jay climbed the top rope. Then the other one tagged him, jumped on the outside to Cesaro. The other one jumped on top of Sheamus for the 1, 2, 3. The Usos beat Sheamus and Cesaro in this tag team match. And honestly, I'm okay with this because, to be honest, the best tag team out of both brands has been the Usos. They have consistently had the best matches all year. You can't deny they have not. They've been having the best matches on pay-per-view, on TV, on everything this whole entire year. It started with American Alpha. Then they had a really interesting and good match with Breezango. Then their whole gimmick with the New Day was amazing. So honestly, they deserve the win. They are honestly the best tag team in WWE right now. I can't think. Sheamus is already a good tag team, and they're good on Raw. They're way better than Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. When they won the tag team titles, I don't know. It's like when Seth and Dean do something, it's like it's forgotten after a week or so, especially with Dean, because when Dean was Intercontinental Champion, it only mattered for about a few weeks, and then he was just carrying the title, and he was just the champion, but he wasn't really doing nothing. And that's the same with Seth Rollins and Dean, and then when it went to becoming the Shield, it was getting to a point where they would stop coming out with the championship. You would forget that they were tag team champions. So yeah, I would say Sheamus and Cesaro are the best tag team on Raw, and the Usos are the best tag team on SmackDown. Excuse me. But the Usos are the best tag team in WWE today, right now. And they deserve that victory. And they submit them as the best tag team in WWE right now, honestly, my opinion. So the next match we ended up getting was the women's champion versus champion. We had Charlotte, who just won the SmackDown Women's Championship earlier this Tuesday. She went against Alexa Bliss, the Raw Women's Champion. And honestly, I'm going to keep it real. I was paying attention to this match. I was checking. I was in group chats. What was I doing? I was doing a lot. I started to pay attention to the match towards the end, so I'm going to talk about more of that. Alexa Bliss was actually kind of, she was kind of holding her own in this match, considering the size difference and the sort of power and strength difference, you know, the difference between them two, because this was actually sort of a match I wanted to see, like kind of in NXT or on the main roster. This was something I sort of wanted to see. So towards the end, it really got good. There was like a lot of false finishes. Charlotte hit her old finisher in NXT. I forgot the name of it. She hit that, and Alexa Bliss kicked out. Then Alexa Bliss hit the DDT. Charlotte kicked out. Then it was like big boot, spear from Charlotte. Then eventually the match ended with Charlotte hitting the figure 8, making Alexa Bliss tap out. And honestly, yeah, I'm fine with this happening. This actually gave SmackDown the advantage 3-2, I believe. Yes, 3-2. So, yeah, that match happened. I really wish I could go more into it, but I don't think there was much to talk about with that match because it was cool. You know, it'd be fine if it was like the main event of Raw or SmackDown. Like, it wasn't a bad match, but it was just a match that happened, and I was paying attention to it. I'm sorry. So the next match we ended up getting, other than the tag team match, this might be the match of the night, and it was clean. It was lit. We had Brock Lesnar, the Universal Champion, taking on the phenomenal AJ Styles, the new 2-time WWE Champion. This match was clean. This shows that AJ Styles needs to be in the Hall of Fame and still be an active wrestler because he can get a good match out of anybody. He got a good match out of Jinder Mahal in the UK. He got a good match out of Shane McMahon at WrestleMania. I would say he got about a good match after like 3 attempts with Kevin Owens at SummerSlam. Let's see, he got a good match out of Chris Jericho. He got a good match out of Roman Reigns twice. So like, and Dean Ambrose. Like AJ Styles is like probably the best. He's the best wrestler in the WWE. He deserves to be the WWE champion. He is clean. So the match between them two started with AJ just getting completely annihilated by Brock. Suplexes, Brock dragging AJ Styles by his hair, throwing AJ, all this kind of crazy stuff. The match didn't really change momentum until AJ Styles started working on Brock Lesnar's leg, and that actually became like sort of what's the word? Was it conflict of interest? That's what it's called, conflict of interest. Then AJ Styles started working on his leg. He started hitting his own stuff, kicks, you know. He was actually, it was at one point where AJ was almost not, I won't say dominating Brock, but he had the upper hand on Brock for a minute. Then Brock came back with maybe a few more suplexes. Then they went to the outside. It was one part. This is at the beginning. This is before AJ Styles actually got moves and stuff. Brock Lesnar was literally throwing AJ Styles into the announce table. It was crazy. I was like, man, I really wish they wouldn't do this to AJ. Then AJ got back into it. Once they got into it, he actually got, it was one point where AJ Styles put Brock Lesnar in the calf crusher, working on that leg even more, having Brock Lesnar look very vulnerable because he was holding his leg the whole entire time, especially after the match. There was one point AJ Styles was going to set up for the phenomenal, I was going to say the phenomenal forearm, but no, it was the Styles Clash. Brock got out of it. AJ Styles hit a 450, springboard 450. There was one part where he was going to hit the phenomenal forearm, but Brock caught him and hit him with a suplex where AJ Styles did a flip. He got he got suplexed inside out. But the one clean part, this is what actually brought me hope. I was like, oh, maybe it might happen. So then AJ Styles clocked the Brock Lesnar with the forearm, right? My man's jumped, springboard off, and hit the cleanest phenomenal forearm on Brock Lesnar. And I thought, oh, maybe. 1, 2, Brock Lesnar kicks out. AJ Styles decides to go for it again. And the way he got caught in midair from the F5 was picture perfect. My man's AJ Styles almost jumped as he was ready for Brock to get him in the F5. Like, he didn't jump high enough to where he can hit it. He jumped like kind of diagonal so that Brock can catch him for the F5. 1, 2, 3. Brock Lesnar beat AJ Styles. But it was an amazing match. It was a good match. You know, the match apparently went 18 minutes, which I'm pretty sure it did. When was the last time Brock Lesnar had an 18-minute match? You could probably say him and CM Punk, possibly. Yeah, him and CM Punk was a good 18-minute match, and the match was clean. This match was amazing. AJ Styles can make a good match out of anybody. Brock Lesnar has not had a good match since probably Samoa Joe. And that was with like 9 minutes or something like that. He had a good match. Of course, I don't think AJ Styles was gonna win. It would have been cool if he would have won, but I don't think he would have. And by the way the score was set up, they were gonna be depending off of that final Survivor Series match. So it was 3-3. After the match, Brock is limping, looks at AJ Styles, limps all the way to the top, and looks at him again. That's kind of like Brock Lesnar's, I guess, sign of respect, is if he looks at you after he beats you. But yeah, the match was good. We didn't get a Jinder Mahal interference because they were kind of teasing something was going to happen, because on the pre-show, AJ Styles did an interview. He was talking to Jinder, and Jinder just looked at him, smiled, and then walked away. So I thought maybe we was going to get a Jinder interference. He was going to... I'm sorry, I was looking at something. Jinder got involved. I thought he would have, my bad. I thought Jinder would have like came in, hit the Colossus, held up the WWE title, so we know what to expect for the next Smackdown pay-per-view, Clash of Champions. But no, that didn't happen. So we got to our main event match. We had Team Raw versus Team Smackdown Live. Team Raw consisted of the Raw GM and captain Kurt Angle, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman, and the Game Triple H, who took out Jason Jordan, not took him out, Bray Wyatt took him out, who put himself in the match after Jason Jordan was 100%. Then they had Jason Jordan talk before the match about how he was still 100% and he wanted to wrestle with his father. So I thought maybe we're going to get Jason Jordan involved in this match somehow. Nope. So they went up against Team Smackdown Live, which consisted of Raw Commissioner and Team Captain Shane McMahon, Randy Orton, Bobby Roode, Shinsuke Nakamura, and John Cena, who looked out of place because he was wearing green and purple. So he wasn't even wearing blue. I wish he would have just wore blue just one more night. Then you can change your colors to whatever you want. So John Cena looked very out of place. And I said this on Twitter, and I'm going to say it again. Should be no reason why John Cena is on SmackDown, Team SmackDown. John Cena is a free agent. That's what the whole gimmick is. They said it on commentary too. He's a free agent.
My thing is, if you're a free agent, you have no allegiance to nobody but yourself. If you're, just think about it in sports. If you are a free agent, you're not signed with anybody. You don't just show up to, like, I'll put this into sports. If you play basketball, you're a free agent, right? Your contract's up. You're a free agent. You don't just show up to, I don't know, a Chicago Bulls practice and say you're part of the Bulls. You're not with the Bulls. You're a free agent. You don't do that. That doesn't make any sense. So as for John Cena, you should have no allegiance to any team because you're a free agent. You were just on Raw a few months ago, and you was with Smackdown last year, or actually earlier this year too. You was with Raw in September, Smackdown in July. You have no allegiance to anybody. You're a free agent. That doesn't make any sense. You could have used that spot for anybody else. Rusev. Yeah, Rusev. That's the only person I could think of. You could have easily put Rusev in there. But yeah, John Cena was a part of Team SmackDown in this match, and yeah, this match, I don't know, I don't know how I feel about this match. Like, it was cool, because of like the certain things they were teasing us with when it came to Shinsuke and Finn, Bobby Roode and Triple H. Who else? No, that was pretty much it. That was, yeah, pretty much. I like the match from last year a little bit better. I don't know why. I just do. Maybe because it had a lot more people on it. But this one still has star power, but I like that match. So let's just talk about the few things that were very interesting in this match. Like I mentioned earlier, Finn Balor and Shinsuke, the crowd was going hot, chanting NXT. We actually got Shinsuke to actually do something interesting for once. Then we had the whole confrontation between Triple H and Bobby Roode. Both traded spine busters. Then Triple H did the suck it. Bobby Roode did the glorious taunt. Shinsuke Nakamura at one point was hitting everybody with knees, strikes, kicks, you know, basically transforming into New Japan Shinsuke for a second. Then he went back to being the artist, you know. The crazy part is we instantly got eliminations as Braun Strowman, as soon as he got tagged in, Shinsuke Nakamura tried to do that strong style stuff on him, got body slammed. He got body slammed. 1, 2, 3 eliminated. Bobby Roode came in. He actually held his own for a second. He had like a neck breaker off of the second rope, and then he got body slammed. Running power slam, body slam, yeah, you get it. So they both got eliminated. So then it got to a point where I think everybody on Team SmackDown, it was just John Cena, Randy Orton, and Shane McMahon. They realized, I think, and then Braun Strowman was basically destroying everybody. Then it came down to Randy Orton and John Cena, you know, the whole rivalry. I think they mentioned that on commentary. I don't remember. If they did, they did. If they didn't, oh well. Then they ended up teaming up, not destroying Braun Strowman, but they took him to the outside and they ended up putting him through a table. They were trying to suplex him themselves, but it didn't work. So Shinsuke and Bobby actually got involved, put Bobby through the table. Then my man Shane McMahon thought, oh, let me jump off of it, even though he already went through the table. And then my man Samoa Joe pulled up. My man Samoa Joe pulled up. I believe he slammed. He did. He slammed Shane McMahon off of the top rope with like some kind of suplex or something like that. Then my man's Joe was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? At one point, let's see. Then it got to a point where Cena got involved, and then him, Joe, and Finn Balor started to have what kind of I'm trying to think of a good word for it. I guess they started having confrontation with each other. They like Joe was tagging. He was about to set up for the Coquina Clutch because he was already going crazy on John Cena, right? Tossing him, kicking him, hit the senton on him. He hit these like the side slam on him. He hit a lot of stuff on John Cena. Got a lot of offense on Cena. Then Joe basically was about to go for it. I'm gonna guess the Coquina Clutch. Finn Balor tagged him. Then he was looking at Finn Balor like, "What's wrong with you?" And then he tagged himself back in. Got hit with the AA. Then Finn got hit with the AA. Then Joe got hit with the AA again. 1, 2, 3. He got eliminated. He's out of here. Then who is it? Then Kurt Angle went in there. Then it was Kurt Angle and Cena going at it. This brings back to 2006. They were going at it. You know, they had to mention the whole John Cena versus Kurt Angle gimmick from 2002 because they always mention that every year. If WWE doesn't mention it in a year, then it's a crisis. So then they were going at it. It was pretty much Cena acting like he doesn't know who Kurt Angle is. He was basically underestimating him. Kurt Angle ended up putting him in an ankle lock for a good minute. Then eventually he got out of it. Cena got out of it. Then the best part of it, this was so clean. Kurt Angle hit the angle slam on Cena. Shane McMahon distracted the ref. Not distracted. He broke the pin up. The ref talked to him. Finn Balor came out of nowhere on the top rope, hit the coup de grace on John Cena. Then Kurt Angle hit another angle slam on him for the 1, 2, 3, eliminated John Cena. Then it came down to 4-on-2 because remember, Braun Strowman never got eliminated. Even though they don't use countouts for certain matches like they did last year, Braun Strowman was still in this match. And he pulled up. Oh, no. He pulled up like almost... No, let me think the best part when he pulled up. He pulled up when it was Randy Orton in the ring and he was about to go at it, and then Shane McMahon got attacked by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn because I knew this was gonna happen because they hate Shane McMahon, they hate SmackDown because SmackDown treats them wrong. Shane McMahon ended up hitting them both with chairs, chasing them past that. He was on the stage. Randy Orton got power slammed by Braun Strowman. 1, 2, 3. It came down to 4. Oh, no. How could I forget? Finn Balor ended up going at it with Randy Orton. He was getting momentum, and then he got hit with an RKO because no priorities for Finn. Then it came down to Braun and Orton. Well, first it was Orton and Triple H for a second. Then Braun got in. Braun hit him with a power slam. Then Randy was gone. Then it came down to 3-on-1, Shane by himself. Do you think Shane was going to win? I didn't, and I was right. So what had happened was that Kurt Angle and Shane McMahon actually went at it. Shane McMahon was actually holding his own with Kurt Angle. He was hitting him with the Russian leg sweep, the DDT, the cringe punches in the corner, a lot of stuff. And then it got to a point where he was dominant. Then Kurt Angle hit him with a suplex and then hit him with the ankle lock. And it was like close. I thought at this point maybe Jason Jordan would come out and do something. But no, he didn't. Put him in an ankle lock. Then Kurt. This is when the pay-per-view started confusing me. So Kurt Angle has Shane McMahon in the ankle lock. Basically, this close. When I mean this close, I mean my fingers are almost touching each other to having Shane tap out and Team Raw winning. Triple H decides, screw that. Pedigrees Kurt Angle. And I'm like, oh, okay, this is going to set up for maybe a possible future match with Kurt and Triple H. Hits him with the pedigree, push Shane on top, and I was like, all right, cool. He's eliminated. It's 2-on-1, but then it looks as if Triple H is teaming with Shane McMahon because their whole family. He was helping him up, and he actually looked at Braun for a minute. He was looking at Braun the whole entire time. Then it looks like he was going to help Shane. Pedigree Shane. 1, 2, 3. Team Raw wins, and I was just like, that's it. That seems to be my reaction to a lot of these matches. That's it. That was my reaction to the New Day match. That's it. There was nothing else. Like the pay-per-view went off at like 9:40 something, I think. That's pretty early, honestly. The pay-per-view went off like almost an hour ago by the time of this recording. And then Braun Strowman was looking at Triple H with distastement. He looked like he wanted to kill him. Triple H is sitting there celebrating. And then Braun Strowman pulled up on Triple H and he choked him, had him in the corner. He said, if you ever do something like that again, I will make sure you will never play the game again. Triple H had the funniest meme face. I wish I can find it. Choking him out. Then Triple H tried to pedigree Braun. Braun hit him with a running power slam, picked him up again, hit him with another running power slam. He ripped off the Raw shirt and he celebrated as the pay-per-view went off the air. And I don't know how I'm going to make sense out of this, so I'll end it by saying this. I would love to see a Triple H and Braun match, but I don't know. Are they gonna do Are they gonna do Triple H and Kurt Angle? Like, what was the whole purpose of Kurt Angle eliminating? Triple H eliminating Kurt Angle in the match. What was the point of it? Was it like there was no? I don't know. Like, I'm really confused on this part. I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm confused with that. What are they gonna do? Because you don't just have Triple H eliminate Kurt Angle and then do something completely different. So I'm confused on that. You guys know what to do. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Make sure you follow me on all your social media links down in the description below. Thank you for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.